Next question. Trupti Co Limited, promoted by Multinational Group International Incorporation, is listed on stock exchange holding 84%, that is 63 lakh shares. Profit of the company is 4.8 crore. Highlight the portion. Free float market capitalization is 19.2 crore. Now this is the important paragraph of the question. As per SEBI guidelines, promoters have to restrict their holding to 75% to avoid delisting from the stock exchange. Board of Directors has decided not to delist a share but to comply with the SEBI guidelines by issuing bonus shares. Highlight the portion. By issuing bonus shares to minority shareholders while maintaining the same price earning ratio. There are 4 questions provided to us. The first question is price earning ratio. Second question is bonus ratio. And then third and fourth part of the question is given to us. That I would like to read later on because it is not very important. I request all of you to go through up to the second part of the question and then we will discuss the question. I want you to do answer, so you just go through the question properly. So I'm just explaining the question to you and then I want you to tell me answer of the question in the chat box. The question is providing the information like this. Trupti Co Limited, promoted by Multinational Group International Incorporation. So basically International Incorporation is like the holding company and Trupti Co Limited is a company which is listed on the stock exchange. Promoters, that is the holding company, is holding 84%, that is 63 lakh shares. So we understand that the shares held by promoters and shares held by outsiders. In terms of the percentage, it is 84%. So of course this could be balancing figure, that is 16%. And the total is going to be 1. Next is the number of shares. This is 63 lakh. So 63 divided by 0.84. This is 75 lakhs. And this is balancing figure 12 lakhs. This is where the split is given of the total number of shares between the promoters and the outsiders. Profit is given 4.8 crore. That's okay. Free float market capitalization is 19.2 crore. So I'm writing over here market value. It is 19.2 crore. Use a calculator. 19.2 divided by 0.16. Total market capitalization must be 120 crore. So 120 crore into 0.84. This is 100.8 crore. These are the basic information. Okay, nothing is great in that. Now the important point is, as per SEBI guidelines, the promoters have to restrict their holding to 75% to avoid delisting from the stock exchange. So the promoters are not allowed to keep their holding greater than 75%, which is 84% right now. Board of Directors has decided not to delist but to comply with the guidelines of SEBI. How it will comply? It says that say by issuing bonus shares to the minority shareholders. So what will happen? So the question is providing the information that the company will issue shares to outsiders. Such number of shares will be issued to the outsiders so that the promoters holding will be restricted to 75% and the outsiders holding will be 25%. There are a few questions provided to us. In that say, the second part of the question is very important. I want you to tell me answer for the second part of the question. And of course, with that, the first part of the question in the chat box, that what is the bonus ratio? It means that say what is the proportion in which shares will be issued to minority shareholders so that the promoter's holding will reduce to 75 percentage. And dear students, like this is permissible in a way that it is not only a kind of a question that we understand theoretically, but practically also in the SEBI guidelines. So this is allowed. That's the only bonus shares can be issued to the minority shareholders in order to comply with the SEBI requirement. So I want you to tell me answer of the first question as well as the second question. Second question is more important. The first question is, of course, we have to do it as a part of the procedure. So I request all of you to write an answer along with me. Answer of the first question. Price earning ratio. In that we understand that. I request you to write an answer. Working note number 1. Calculation of number of shares of the company, comma, market value of the company. Full stop. So we understand that's over here. Shares held by promoters, outsiders. In that number of shares. It has been given that it is 63 lakhs. In terms of percentage, it is 84 percentage. So this is balancing figure 0.16. I request all of you to write an answer along with me. So the total number of shares would be 63 lakhs divided by 0.84. That comes to 75 lakhs. So number of shares held by outsiders will be 12 lakhs. This is the way the number of shares held by promoters and by outsiders can be calculated. Then we understand it's the market value. Free float market capitalization is 19.2 crore, that is 1920 lakhs. So as far as the total market value is concerned, it is calculated as 1920 lakhs divided by 0.16. 1920 divided by 0.16. That comes to 12,000 lakhs. Minus 1920. That comes to 10,080 lakhs. So this is what's the basic calculation that we have made. Now simply we can do MPS. It is market value divided by number of shares. Market value is an amount of 12,000 lakhs and number of shares are 75 lakhs. I request you to write an answer along with me. So 12,000 upon 75, that comes to 160. Then earning per share. It is the earning of the company divided by number of equity shares. Earning of the company is provided to us as 4.8 crore, that is 480 lakhs. Divided by number of shares 75 lakhs. That comes to 6 rupees 40 paise. Okay. Now after making this two calculation, we can compute the price earning ratio. So as far as the price earning ratio is concerned, it is found as MPS upon EPS. MPS is 160 and EPS is 6.4. So the answer is 25 times. This is the way we have done the detailed working, or otherwise a smart student like you can also do working as earning is 12,000 lakhs divided by, market value is 12,000 lakhs divided by earning is 480. That is also the way you can make the calculation of price earning ratio. This is not something which is important in my opinion. In my opinion, the second part of the question is very important, because of which we are doing this question in the classwork. Bonus ratio. Now we are required to compute that, say, what is the proportion in which the shares to be issued to the minority, that is said to outsiders, so that the promoter's holding reduces to 75%. It means that we have to keep on issuing the shares to the outsiders. We have to issue such number of shares so that this 63 lakhs will become 75%. This is what we understand. So answer for the second part of the question. In that we have to write answer of the bonus ratio. In that write down working note number 1, calculation of total number of shares after bonus issue. In that shares held by promoter divided by percentage of holding. Shares held by the promoter is not going to change. It is going to remain same 63 lakhs. However, the percentage of the holding will be 75%. Yes. We understand that, say, 63 lakhs is representing 75%. So now the total number of shares will be 84 lakhs. We know that, say, right now the total number of shares are 75 lakhs. From 75 it will increase to 84 lakhs. So as far as the bonus shares are concerned, it is 84 lakhs minus 75 lakh. That comes to 9 lakhs. Bonus ratio. It is bonus shares divided by shares held by outsiders. What is the bonus shares? It is 9 lakh. And what is the number of shares held by the outsiders? Number of shares held by outsiders right now is 12 lakhs. So the answer is 0.75, or we can say that it is 3 is to 1. Sorry, 3 is to 4. That is what the bonus ratio answer is. Third question. Market price of the share before and after issue of the bonus shares. Dear students, MTS of the share before bonus issue has already been found by us. So we just have to calculate the MTS after bonus issue. So answer for the third part of the question. Market price per share before bonus issue and after bonus issue. Before bonus issue it is 160, and after bonus issue let us see that say how to calculate it. Dear students, language of the question is again very clear. The price earning ratio is going to remain same, like that information is given. So what will happen, we understand that it is EPS into price earning ratio. Of course, with the only bonus shares, the earning of the entity is not going to change. So it is 480 lakhs divided by number of shares will be 84 lakhs into price earning ratio is 25 times. 480 upon 84 into 25. That comes to rupees 142.86 or 8571, that is what you can write per share. This is the way the market price per share, that is before bonus issue and after bonus issue, can be calculated. Next, free float market capitalization of the company after bonus issue. So answer for the fourth question. Free float market capitalization after bonus issue. It will be calculated like this. Shares held by outsiders into market price per share. What is the shares held by outsiders? We understand that saying total number of shares are 84 lakhs. Out of that, the shares held by the promoter is 63 lakhs. So it is 84 lakhs minus 63 lakhs. So the shares held by outsiders is 21 lakhs. Into market price per share is 142.8571. It is very near to rupees 3000 lakhs. This is what we understand. So this is the way we are required to do answer of the question. I just give you summary of the entire answer. In the first part of the question, we are required to compute the price earning ratio. For that, say what we have done, nothing is great. taking into account the number of shares held by the promoter and percentage of the holding, we have computed the total number of shares of the company right now. Taking into account the free float market capitalization and taking into account the percentage of the holding by outsiders, we have computed value of the company and value of the shares held by the promoter. This is the initial basic working. Now we have the market value, yes. Number of shares, yes. So we have found EPS. We have earning, yes. Number of shares, yes. So EPS. Taking both of them, we have calculated the price earning ratio. That's very simple. In my opinion, as I told you even earlier, second part of the question is important. In that say, we are supposed to compute the total number of shares of the company after bonus issue. Remember that the bonus shares are issued to the outsiders. Such number of shares are issued so that the promoters holding decreases to 75%. So number of shares held by the promoter divided by the percentage of the holding, that will give the total number of shares after bonus issue. Because whatever the number of shares held by the promoter should be 75% of the total. So the total number of shares minus number of shares held by the company, that is say the number of shares of the company right now, will give the bonus shares. It is 9 lakhs. 9 lakhs is the shares issued in form of bonus, and right now the number of shares held by the outsiders are 12 lakhs. That will give the bonus ratio of 0.75. Third part of the question is very simple. MPS is required to be found after bonus and before bonus. Before bonus we already have found it. After bonus is required to be calculated. In that say there is an absolute clarity provided to us in the question. The price earning ratio is going to remain same. So whatever the price earning ratio that we already have found, that price earning ratio and the revised earning per share. The revised earning per share is the earning for 80 lakhs divided by the new number of shares. That is the way the MPS is calculated. Free float market capitalization is shares held by the outsiders into market price per share. That is the way it comes to an amount of rupees 3000 lakhs. Now before we end the question, I just want to tell you one thing, that there was a question asked by institute in examination in which almost everything was like this only, in which the promoters had to restrict their holding to a specific percentage so that the public company is actually the public company. That is the intention of the SEBI. So it was supposed to be reduced to 75%. That is, the percentage of the holding by the promoters should not be more than 75%. However, listen carefully, this information was missing in the question. Yes, the question was silent that say what is the percentage of the holding by the promoters right now. So simply the suggested answer was given by making an assumption of the percentage of the holding by the promoters right now more than 75%, and the entire answer was given. So if at all you also come across to such kind of question, then simply you have to do this like this only. You have to make an assumption for the percentage of the holding by the promoters greater than 75%. You may take 80%, 85%, 90%, something like that, and with that say you can write the answer.